Hello guys, welcome back to the Major Arcana with Movies show. So we have this weekly and today's episode we will be fast tracking a little just to go with today's theme a bit. So what is the day today? Yes, it is Halloween, the 31st of October. So it's all fun with the spirits, with the supernatural and the costumes, makeup and stuff. So it's a rainy day today over here on and off, heavy rain all day. So today we will be looking and talking about the devil, and today we will not be doing a movie per se. We'll be looking at the devil and Halloween from its past and how we understand Halloween as a festival to coincide with the meaning of the devil within the major arcana of the tarot. So as usual, let's start off with the association. Let's take a look at the images of this card here. So we have the usual three decks. We have the devil card of the tarot of the divine here, and we have the tarot of the elf. So you can see someone behind you and talking to you. It's like the bad side of you talking to yourself. And then we have the Rider-Waite. So we are going to talk more about the Rider-Waite devil. So the devil card shows Baphomet, or the horn goat of Mendes, a creature that is half man and half goat. Okay, you can see it clearly. Okay, Baphomet originally represented the balance between good and evil, male and female, and human and animal. However, more recently, this figure has been linked to the occult and has become a scapegoat for all things considered evil. So the devil here has the wings of a vampire bat, an animal that sucks the lifeblood out of its prey, and symbolic of what happens when you give in to your raw desires. So he has a hypnotic stare, which magnetizes and entrances those who come near him, bring them under his power. So above him is an inverted pentagram, a sign of the darker side of magic and occultism. So he raises his right hand in the Vulcan salute, a Jewish blessing, later made famous by the film series Star Trek. So in his left hand, he holds a torch that's lit. So at the foot of the devil stands a man and a woman, both naked and chained to the podium on which the devil sits, so that they appear to be held here against their will. But you look closer and you will notice that the chains around their necks are loose and could be easily removed. Okay? So each has small horns on their head, just like the devil, and a sign that they are becoming increasingly like him the longer they stay here. So both have tails, a further symbol of their animalistic tendencies and raw instincts, and the grapes and the fire on their respective tails signify pleasure and lust. So this is our first glance into the devil through his images. So now let's take a look about Halloween and how it comes about. So Scottish poet Robert Burns helped to popularize the word Halloween with his 1785 poem of this same name. So you can Google it to see it for yourself. So where does this name Halloween come from? It's actually two words smashed together. Hallow, which represents holy person, refers to the saints celebrated on All Saints' Day, which is usually November the 1st. So the in part of the word is a contraction of eve, or the evening before the All Saints' Day. So basically, Halloween is just an old-fashioned way of saying the night before All Saints' Day, also called Hallowmas or All Hallows' Day. So this comes from the fact November 1st is All Saints' Day, a Christian feast dedicated to celebrating the faithful departed, including all the saints. In Christian tradition, people start celebrating major feasts the night before they take place, like, for example, Christmas Eve, for instance. So historians have linked Halloween to Samhain, the Celtic festival of the summer's end, celebrated in Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man. So according to Celtic mythology, the veil between the other world and our world thins during Samhain, so making it easier for spirits and the souls of the dead to return. So people would make offerings of food in order to get on the good side of these spirits and departed ancestors and etc. So sounds just like our Hungry Ghost Festival. So with every Halloween, what it is to you the most common symbol or image of Halloween? So what do you usually think of when someone mention Halloween? Yes, that's right. It's the pumpkin, right? So pumpkins everywhere, and people carve into these pumpkins. This very pumpkin symbol has an interesting story behind it. So it is actually an omnibus legend that involves the devil himself. So Irish folk figure, Jack O'Lantern. So in the modern day, there are many intricately designed pumpkin creations made solely for impressive decorations. So, but back in the day, folks in Ireland dubbed their carved fiery turnips jack-o'-lanterns, thanks to this ominous legend. And this legend goes like this. So, there was one night a conniving local drunkard named Jack trapped the Prince of Darkness in a tree by hacking a sign of the cross into the bark. So, in exchange for letting Satan climb down, Jack had him vow to never claim his soul. And Jack proceeded to act like a jerk his whole life, doing all the misdeeds and commit all the crimes. And when he died, he was not allowed in heaven, naturally. So he tried to return to his old pal, the devil, but Satan upheld his end of the deal, hurling a piece of coal from hell at the dead man for good measure. So left without anywhere to go, Jack placed the blazing coal in a turnip to use as a lantern. So the dead man then set out, doomed to wander until he can find an eternal resting place. So that is a very short story of Jack O'Lantern. Now let's move back to the devil of the tarot. So when the devil appears in your reading, is a reliable sign that something is not right. Mischievous, tricky, manipulative, and downright evil, the devil can be that dark, deep place inside us that seems to stick and can be so hard to get rid of, just like our Jack O' Lantern friend. So the devil can symbolize our attitudes and relationships. It can also point to addiction or untruth that is clung to us. So the devil can symbolize many things and manifest in many ways, but where the devil is, there's always deep discord. There's a huge lack of harmony and darkness. So when the devil comes into your reading, the focus of goodness here is in the light shining upon that devilish energy. It's a signal or invitation to keep shining those light in the places where the devil may be. So to clean it up and to apply love to these places, to seek help, to forgive, to heal, and sometimes simply to be alert and watchful. In these ways, the devil speaks to us in the tarot. So the devil card represents your shadow or the darker side and the negative forces that constrain you and hold you back from being the best version of yourself. So you may be at the effect of negative habits, dependencies, behaviors, negative thought patterns, relationships, and addictions. So you have found yourself trapped between the short term pleasure you receive and the longer term pain you experience. This is just like our story of the Jack O' Lantern. He has done one lifetime of wrong and is spending an eternity of pain, having been forced to wander around aimlessly forever. So just as the Lover's card speaks to duality and choice, so too does the Devil. So however, with the devil, you are choosing the path of instant gratification, even if it's at expense of your long-term well-being. So in effect, you have sold your soul to the devil. So the devil card often appears when you have been tricked into thinking you have no control over your shadow self or no control over these negative temptations and that you can never break free from their hold. So you believe you need it and you must have it even if it means going against what you know to be right to obtain it. So deep down though, you know it's to your detriment and you are only doing yourself a disservice when you cave into these lower needs and bad desires. So to break free from these negative patterns, you need to acknowledge the hold they have over you and the impact they are having on your life. So for example, for alcoholics, we have to be aware that we have some power and some control over our lives, and it can be manageable. So when the devil shows up in a tarot reading, you can see it as an opportunity to bring these negative influences into your conscious awareness. So you can take action to free yourself from their hold. So shine your light on those negative patterns, be aware, and these patterns will not stand in your way for long, and over time they will loosen the grip over you. So given that the devil is a major arcana card, it is unlikely that you will be free from these addictions and dependencies overnight. So this will still be a recurring pattern, but it will actually dwell in influence, and it will take a tremendous amount of willpower and strength to free yourself from this influence totally. But know this, that it is possible, and it is up to you to make it happen. So on the positive side, the devil can also show a powerful attachment between two people, such as a mom and her newborn, or a new romance still in the honeymoon phase. So be careful though, because with the devil card, this healthy attachment can turn into an unhealthy codependent relationship if you lose connection with your inner guidance, or you don't protect your own personal boundaries. So the devil can also represent sexuality and your wild side. You may be exploring bondage, fetishes, or your deepest, darkest fantasies. And if you can do this within a safe, sacred space, it can be an enriching experience. However, it has the potential to turn into something that may be unsafe or then detrimental to your well-being in the longer term. So again, set the boundaries and choose your partners wisely and have your safe words ready to go. So do not play along with the devil or make a deal with him, or you end up like a jack-o'-lantern of the Halloween. So here we shall conclude today's Halloween special. Hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Please click the subscribe button for more beautiful episodes every week. So take care and have a great Halloween. See you soon.